got my backlight on. Okay, so hey you guys, and this is video number 3 for today. And this is probably my last video. I'm on my way home. Anyway, I'm on my way home now, and I can finally finish my book. Can you sit in your seat? Can you sit in your seat? Sit in your seat. Sometimes you gotta get them together. Sit in your seat. Are you in your seat? Huh? Okay, I just wanted to know. But yeah. Yeah, but sit in your seat. You're not supposed to. Sit in your seat. And that's my last time saying that. So, anyways, this video, I actually had recorded this video maybe Tuesday, but I deleted it because I wanted to re-record it for because I didn't want some of the things like I said to be taken out of content, I guess. But if you're familiar with the urban industry and what happened a couple of months ago, if not, I don't really want to get into it too much. But basically, the publisher that I was signed with, her and her husband, they were doing some fraudulent stuff. It started with him, and maybe like September, October, his entire Amazon account was terminated. And a lot of people aren't that smart in the industry, and I hate to say it like that, because they were easily manipulated by the things he was said and the things you're still saying. So one thing about Amazon has been around for years. We all know Amazon is not some mom and pop company that started 2 days ago. And if you have a brain, you know what the word terminated means. And with Amazon, when your account is terminated, that does not mean, hey, just take you a little break for right now, you can come back later. No, when Amazon terminates your account, that's it. You can no longer, Leah. When Amazon terminates your account, that is it. This is not like your job. If they terminate you and maybe a year later they might let you come back. No. Amazon terminates accounts when fraudulent activities have been taking place for a while. They will send you emails warning you and different things like that. Of course, a lot of people like to play victim whenever things happen, and that publisher, he did that. And when it first happened, I was like, I guess because it didn't affect me, I didn't really pay any mind to it. And I kid y'all not, my book came out, The Good Guy Who Loved the Savage was released like November 20th, maybe November 19th, I forgot. So that day before, I was like saying to myself, because after a while, people were like, okay, going off on Facebook, like, okay, you're saying our books are not going to be back on Amazon. This was a mistake, but nothing has happened. Remind you, this man has made millions of, these people books, and to have your work, people still don't understand how much happened. If your books were a part of this situation that happened, that publisher could no longer publish books on Amazon. Therefore, he didn't want to, and his wife as well, did not want to give us rights back to our books. So if you had 100 books under him, he was not letting you out your contract. He was not letting you get your books back, like the rights back to your books, so you can upload them yourself. And it was hurtful. The day it happened, my book was released from, my book, it was my release day, so I'm all excited. this is the part 2 of my book. And I kid y'all not, I was just like the previous day, I was like, I wonder if his wife, you know, who's my publisher, I'm like, I wonder if she's gonna ever address him. I'm like, what if this happened to us? I kid y'all not, I'm about to get in the bathtub, do my little self-care. I got my Damian Marley playing, got some little tea candles around the tub, the bathroom is dark, got my essential oils, and I'm ready just to water on hell, how hot the water was. I'm ready just to relax, check my reviews, to see what my book ranked. And I get on Amazon, and you know, if you're familiar with Amazon, when something has been removed from Amazon but you still have the link to click, a dog shows up, a dog, different dogs will show up, and it's like, oops, this page can't be found, or something like that. And under her I had 4 books. Well, that made book number 4. I was like, I know not. And I kept going like to my previous books under her, and I'm like, okay, well, these still showing up. Yo, my books were like, our books were getting removed from Amazon like that. So I called V. She didn't answer the phone because V is was one of the authors signed under the company as well. And she didn't answer the phone. I texted her, but as I'm texting her, I'm calling her. I'm like, bro, you need to go on Amazon and see if your books are on there. I'm like, cause my books are disappearing. And she checked, and she just like, what the hell? And that's when the chaoticness, if chaoticness is a word, that's when it started. And my problem with the publisher was she never contacted me about my book. Like, I know other books were removed, but this was my release date. And it has been chaotic since. And since then, a lot of people have self-published, and it's been like people have been trying to slick shot people for all of a sudden now wanting to be signed to a publisher or even signing. But one thing, I'm gonna tell you this one more time. Sit in your seat. I don't care what you want. I want you to sit in your seat. That's what I want. So yeah, but people know who to do that slick shit with, because you're not gonna play with me. I've been in this industry long enough. I've made money. Depression has kind of, in a sense, ruined my career, but kind of put a damper on my career, because I did have a lot going on. You know, when my brother was killed, and I was signed to a publisher who I honestly feel like was sabotaging my career. But I was so stuck in a zombie stage with, you know, my brother being dead. I just wanted to put the blame on myself. And that was the whole reason for me signing to this new publisher, because when I signed with them, my career started, you know, going back to what it was. So now to have to kind of like start all over again, it was draining. It was depressing. I didn't want to write anymore. About 3 weeks ago, I was like, look, I felt like this before. I'm at the point I'm over writing. And I'm like, this time I'm not sad about it. And my boyfriend and my publisher now, Raquel, she was straight up like, no, and she has a heavy Jamaican accent. She was like, no, you're not about to stop writing, because she was like, trust me, I know how you feel, because she has her own sub company, but she was also like signed with the my publisher's husband. So books that her company and books she had under him were also removed from Amazon for being affiliated with him. Crazy, right? Basically like guilty by association type thing, you know. So she was like, trust me, I know how you feel. She was like, we just gotta get over this. And that's what made me want to sign with her. When I first spoke with her and I stayed on the phone probably like 2 hours. I didn't even submit. Like, she sent me my contract. I got just off a conversation and vibe. Like, it's just crazy how you have in common, like, so much in common with people you don't even know until you start talking to them. And with her, what you see is what you get. And, you know, between her and my boyfriend, like, he even was like, no, I'm not gonna stop letting you write. And those two are the reason why I was like, okay, I'm gonna just keep it pushing, because I was like really content with being done with writing. Crazy, right? And it's just crazy, like when I say like stop writing, I was like, okay, I need a break. And I told her, I was like, I just need a break. It was just so weird to like wake up and I just jump straight into writing when on my days off, or like not carrying my laptop or my iPad to write, and I was like, ugh, this is life without writing. I was like, this is weird. And I told my boyfriend, I was like, this shit is weird. And I was like, you know what? Like, this is what I do. You know, like, this is what I do. This is, you know, what I wake up to do. And I love writing. The moment I started writing my first book, I've been in love with it. And it is like a relationship. You have your good days, you have your bad days. But the good does outweigh the bad. You know, to create a story and people fall in love with it, fall in love with the characters. You know, people can identify your writing style. And people always say about they love my writing style. I don't even know what my writing style is. I don't even know what they mean when they say that, like your writing style. I just write about what I know. I write from experience or what I see in my head. And that's really it, you know. But if you want to sign to a publisher and you have people that's independent in your ear, put that to the side. Once again, nothing is wrong with signing to a publisher. And what's crazy is that, like, the people who were signed to this man, and they, you know, built their career, they have a career. No matter what he was doing illegal activities or not, y'all build your career from him. So, yeah, we're all upset and all that. But sometimes a lot of people in the situation were doing a lot for clout and for attention and to be seen. And me, I have morals. I stand 10 toes on everything I stand 10 toes on. And that's why I'm always been an anti-social person. I'm that person, if it's 6 of us and you coming up to speak, you know, don't speak to me, because I just don't do this is some stuff I don't do. The Kickin, no, you know, like I'm a invert on some shit, and I'm fine with that. I've always been like that, you know. In high school, I didn't attend a lot of high school activities, and I was content with that. I just, to myself, always been, you know, just kind of like to myself, and that's just me, and I'm like this in the industry. So, like I said, it goes back to, some people are self-publishing now. I know how self-publishing goes. I'm not ready to self-publish right now, and I'm not afraid to say that. Am I testing the self-publishing with releasing books independently? Yes, I am, but I'm also still in a contract. And for me, that's a win-win situation, you know. Most of my self-publishing book, well, I'm not gonna say most. Some of my self-publishing books will be more of my softer, shorter stories, like 17,000 words. And those are like my strictly like romance novels under Marlene De Laurentiis, like I said, which is my other pen name. But eventually, will I self-publish fully? I don't know. I feel like I owe my loyalty to Raquel, and I'm fine with that, you know. If I can continue to do it like this, I'm fine. It doesn't bother me. It's not just to say you independent and you getting the whole check yourself. Yeah, that sounds good. And pros and cons, there's a lot of pros and cons, like everything else with self-publishing and publishing. Some people want 100% creative control, and of course you do, but 100% creative control will have you with no money, you know. And a lot of independent authors want to be independent so bad just to say, oh, they did it on their own, thinking like, oh yeah, they're gonna make all this money by themselves. But a lot of independent authors, covers are trash. Yeah, I said it. You're not even getting, like, they're not even getting their books edited and formatted. Y'all just winging it. If you're gonna downplay being signed to a publisher, at least get your book edited, I feel. If you're gonna, you know, it's nothing, like I said, once again, I'm gonna keep saying, nothing is wrong with being signed to a publisher. For me, I'm not ready to sign to a publisher because, you know, if I want to put out good quality. I don't want to just put out anything, and my reason for having a trash cover is because, oh, I couldn't afford to get a cover. Well, that's where a publisher come in. You sign your contract for a percentage, and my contract, I signed for a good percentage. So whatever I make in sales, I get a percentage of that, and she gets her percentage, you know, and she pays for covers and promotion and all this other stuff like that. That's why some people prefer to sign to a publisher. It's not even being signed to a publisher. You don't just blow up how you think you're going to. And even with independent, you know, you might blow up off of your first book. You just never know. But my thing is that don't bash what you don't agree with or bash what you don't know. A lot of people want to be signed to a publisher in this situation now, but they're too embarrassed because they didn't put their foot in their mouth. That's why social media stopped getting on it and talking and saying nothing. And in this situation with these publishers and these books being removed from Amazon, a lot of people are just on Amazon, on Facebook, just talking about nothing and just for like literally for attention. And it's just like, it's disgusting to me. Like, y'all stop talking, go write. You know, I remember telling you a few times to get in your seat, and I'm thinking about putting over to the left side of the road to show you how to get in your seat, and this is the wrong side of the road to pull over. So I want you to get in your seat for the last time. Okay? Okay? Get in your seat. Get in your seat. So yeah, another pro with being signed to a publisher, like I said, you have more support. You would sign to a publisher who have a name for themselves. Who would have a name for themselves, so you know it's more exposure for you and different things like that. You don't have to worry about paying for a cover. You don't have to worry about paying for edits and other things like, you know, they're gonna guide you and to mentor you. You know, they're gonna tell you, okay, well, look, I don't think this title is gonna sell too much. Some publishers, not a lot. The ones I've come across, I had a publisher where like he put you in this box. No sir, I'm gonna wish you well and go to the next publisher. Don't put me in a box. I'm not an animal. Leah, I want you to stop. I honestly want you to stop. Okay, but I want you to stop. You're starting to make me cringe. Yeah, so most of the publishers I've been signed with, I had, you know, a good amount of creative control. I'm a seasoned author. You have to know, like, you have to know what battles to want to fight, I guess. I'm not gonna, like, some authors whine and cry about, oh, well, this about my cover and all that. I'm not like that. Like, some of them be crying and whining about the stock photo on the cover. Oh, I'm tired of seeing that photo. Okay, but you're not submitting your own pictures. So I'm not that author. It's nothing about settling. It's just once you get into graphic design, I've gotten into graphic design. It's just like now you're starting to see more women of color and men stock photos. For a while, like if you look at these different stock photos websites, there's a lot of women that are white. I kid you not. I've typed in beautiful black women and pictures of white women would come up. So when you see white people, like white women on these urban covers, that is why. Like I said, now you're starting to see more black couples, and that's why the black romance is on a rise right now. And that's why, like I said, I will be dropping my first romance novel soon under my name Delarian Says, and I can't wait. I'm actually waiting for Kat to send my cover. And I'm excited about that black romance, you know, with a little hood twist, but it's, you know, it's gonna be cute. But yeah, with creative control, like with covers, I had a publisher where she basically like did a cover form, and you were able to say like what fonts you wanted. You can choose the stock photos and all that like that. And I had publishers where you didn't get a say so in the covers. It didn't bother me, because if I didn't like the cover, I don't like the cover, send it back to your graphic design and we're gonna start over. You know, so you gotta learn how to give a little and take a little. Some people feel like being signed to a publisher is like a 9 to 5 and they rather be independent. Okay, and you gotta remember the things that come with being an entrepreneur and being independent. If you want to compare it to the two, you know, you can't say, oh, you hate working, but you don't execute a business plan where you can make a 6-figure salary in a month. You know, like it does. A lot of things don't add up, so you have to execute something. Like I said, for me, I know I'm not ready to self-publish right now. You know, if I'm gonna self-publish, I'm gonna do it the correct way. And a lot of people don't know, which is crazy to me. back in the day, before ebooks, you know, came about and all this stuff, y'all older favorite authors that y'all act like the only people that write books, they self-publish books to get noticed by a publishing house. But you know, a lot of people don't know that. That's how that goes, you know. That's the goal, is to be signed to a publisher, you know. So, but anywho, another good thing with, like I said, with self-publishing, like I said, you're not on someone else's time frame, where when you're with the publisher, some require you to submit books by a certain amount of time, and people try to make it like out of thing like it was so bad, which is not. But at that point with those publishers, people just wanted to just say, oh, I told you so, and all kind of things. And like I said, once again, clout chasing. Yes, in my contract it did say we had to have our book submitted in like 30 days, or like your first book had to be submitted, I think like 90 days or 60 days, Leah, after your contract was submitted, and like 30 days after your next book. I don't know, something like that. Okay, you signed a contract and you saw that. So now that dirty laundry is being aired, now you want to act like it's a problem. Why would you not want to turn your books in a timely manner? Just like being a CNA. If you work an 8-hour shift or a 12-hour shift, you're supposed to have all this work done in that amount of time. That's what any job. That's just common sense. So I like it that way. You need structure in this industry, because the key to a successful writing career is consistency. You cannot drop a book in January and then try to drop your part 2 in November and expect to have that momentum you had when the book first dropped. That doesn't make sense. So some people, rather, like I said, self-publish, have to be on a time frame. If you're gonna self-publish because of that, that's not consistency. You know, sometimes you need a little motivation in the ads to get it going. And that's what I like about being signed to a publisher, because I know me, if I be like, oh, I'm gonna self-publish this book, and then I always push it to the side because I don't have no fire to do that book, you know. So, but like, once again, do what's best for you. You feel like self-publishing is your path, do that. Be good at it. Research, because it's more than Facebook promoting. You know, there's more different avenues to promote and to build your brand. If you want to be signed with a publisher, be mindful of who you sign with. You know, when I first signed with the former publisher, because I was signed with her husband years ago, and I didn't, you know, it was like, okay, this is not gonna work out. And he showed his true colors. And I always said, like, when I signed with her, I kind of like, you know, when you hand somebody a paper slow, that's how I kind of submitted to her, because I always said, you are who you're married to. And baby, you are who you're married to. She's a reflection of him, he's a reflection of her. They both some scam artists, they both conniving, I said it. And you know, but I knew signing to her, like, okay, you know, kind of like, once again, if I'm a 6-figure woman, I'm not gonna marry somebody that makes minimum wage. That's just goofy, you know. So if you're not a no good person, you wouldn't marry a person that's no good. That means that you're either comfortable with him being that way, or you're that way as well, you know. But like, you know, we live and we learn. But I will give you guys some tips on when choosing a publisher, and things that I took into consideration when signing or looking for a publisher. You want to check their fan base. You know how how they interact on social media. I like my publishers professional. I don't want my publisher arguing and all that. No, I don't want to say, oh, look, this is my publisher, and then you go on their page and they're arguing with this person and that person and just talking crazy and just no, I don't do that. You know, I'm not big on putting my personal business on social media. Never was, you know. So that's a no-no for me. Another thing you want to see, like, creative control. How much control do you have with your titles, your storylines, your covers, things like that. Some publishers do want to control your titles. Another thing you want to consider, paperbacks. Some publishers are trying to charge you an arm and a leg for you to buy your paperbacks from them. When that's my book, I can upload my paperback myself. Another thing you want to consider, how much exposure do they have? How is their company doing? How the authors are doing? Are the books on the charts? Things like rankings and looking at reviews on the books and other things like that. Time frames on when you have to submit a book. Is there a structure in that company? Make you a list of questions before submitting to a publisher. If you following authors on social media and they were once signed to this publisher, inbox them. What's the most they could do? Either not reply, just ask them like, hey, I was thinking about signing to such and such, and I kind of want to know, if you don't mind, what was the reason that you left? Or authors that are signed to them, ask them questions like, hey, do you like being signed to such and such, whatever. Ask questions. Everyone isn't for everybody. Your ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend from 4 years ago might have been trash with you, but now in present day, he or she is God's gift from heaven to their current partner. Everyone isn't for everybody. So some people want to do what they want and write how they want to do all this other stuff. And I've seen it happen before. Like, people want to write just romance in the urban street literature genres, but want to write about romance with an urban cover to try to fool readers, and then when they get bashed for it, they're looking at the publisher as they did something wrong. No, you can't fool readers. They're smarter than you think if you're thinking they're crazy. So if you want to write this genre, don't go submit to a publisher that's telling you, well, this is what I want and this and that, and you're trying to give them something else. No, that's not gonna work. So that's really about it. Like I said, that's how I always look for what I look for in my publisher. Once again, write you a list down. Communicate with other publishers, authors. Like, just don't rush into making a decision, and please read your contracts. That's what we messed up at in a way. Get someone to read over your contract. If it's something that you're not understanding in your contract, contact the publisher. If they don't want to explain it to you, that's your red flag right there. Wish them well. Delete. Go about your business. On to the next one. But read your contract. Contact local law firm offices in your city. See if they do free constellations and read. Because when all this stuff happened, I was able to find a lawyer who did do constellations for free. He read over my contract and was telling me basically like my contract was bullshit. Basically what he said, and it would have been, if we wanted to sue, we have to get a lawyer out of Atlanta, and it's just been all kind of bullshit. So once again, read over your contracts. Google everything, like read over your contract. Some publishers are keeping your rights for 10 years, 7 years. Dude, I don't know if I'm gonna be alive in 10. I don't know if you're gonna be alive in 10 to 7 years. So, like I said, just read over that. Also, some publishers are making you buy out your contract if you don't want to finish it. So that's something you should also consider as well. So, like I said, just be mindful. Don't rush into signing anything, and enjoy what you write. Enjoy the journey. It's going to have ups and downs, and there's going to be times you're going to want to give up. Your books might not do what you want them to do, but take it from me, do not give up. Like I said in my last video, it could rain for 30 days, but it has to stop one day. It just can't rain forever. You got to go through it. What's the point of going through hell to turn around and keep walking through it? No, keep walking through hell. It's something else on the other side, and that's moving forward. So that is it for this video, guys. See y'all in my next video. Happy writing, happy reading, happy Thursday, because today is Thursday, and y'all have a good